The President. I will now ask Mr. Justice Burkett to continue reading the judgment. Mr. Justice Burkett. The consolidation of power. The NSDAP, having achieved power in this way, now proceeded to extend its hold on every phase of German life. Other political parties were persecuted, their property and assets confiscated, and many of their members placed in concentration camps. On 26 April 1933, the defendant Göring found Prussia, the Gestapo, as a secret police and confided to the deputy leader of the Gestapo that its main task was to eliminate political opponents of National Socialism and Hitler. On the 14th July 1933, a law was passed declaring the NSDAP to be the only political party and making it criminal to maintain or form any other political party. In order to place the complete control of the machinery of government in the hands of the Nazi leaders, a series of laws and decrees were passed which reduced the powers of regional and local governments throughout Germany, transforming them into subordinate divisions of the government of the Reich. Representative assemblies in the Länder were abolished, and with them all local elections. The government then proceeded to secure control of the civil service. This was achieved by a process of centralization, by careful sifting of the whole civil service administration. By a law of the 7th April, it was provided that officials who were of non-Aryan descent should be retired, and it was also decreed that officials who, because of their previous political activity, cannot be guaranteed to exert themselves for the national state without reservation, shall be discharged. The law of the 11th April 1933 provided for the discharge of all civil servants who belonged to the Communist Party. Similarly, the judiciary was subjected to control. Judges were removed from the bench for political or racial reasons. They were spied upon and made subject to the strongest pressure to join the Nazi Party as an alternative to being dismissed. When the Supreme Court acquitted 3 of the 4 defendants charged with complicity in the Reichstag fire, its jurisdiction in cases of treason was thereafter taken away and given to a newly established People's Court, consisting of 2 judges and 5 officials of the party. Special courts were set up to try political crimes, and only party members were appointed as judges. Persons were arrested by the SS for political reasons and detained in prisons and concentration camps, and the judges were without power to intervene in any way. Pardons were granted to members of the party who had been sentenced by the judges for proved offences. In 1935, several officials of the Hohenstein concentration camp were convicted of inflicting brutal treatment upon the inmates. High Nazi officials tried to influence the court, and after the officials had been convicted, Hitler pardoned them all. In 1942, judges' letters were sent to the German judges by the government, instructing them as to the general lines that they must follow. In their determination to remove all sources of opposition, the NSDAP leaders turned their attention to the trade unions, the churches, and the Jews. In April 1933, Hitler ordered the late defendant Ley, who was then staff director of the political organization of the NSDAP, to take over the trade unions. Most of the trade unions of Germany were joined together in two large federations, the Free Trade Unions and the Christian Trade Unions. Unions outside these two large federations contained only 15% of the total union membership. On the 21st April 1933, Ley issued an NSDAP directive announcing a coordination action to be carried out